Ever since I was a young dude, I always remembered enjoying conversation. I've always had a voice, something to say. Even though like I started like maybe my first 10, 11 years I was shy, but then my parents split up and I just really learned to become like more vocal. And just over time, I always remember people telling me I talk too much, you talk too much, you talk too much. But there's one instance that I remember in which I was told I talk too much, but it affected me and it began to make me wise to why people say that. So I was in college. There was this. We were in a living room, and there was this kid. He had his little acoustic guitar or whatever, and he used to like to try to wow the ladies with his acoustic guitarmanship. So I'm talking, and to be honest with you, like I've always been somebody that people found captivating and wanted to listen to. I'm really not saying it. I'm not saying it to toot my own horn. I'm saying it because it's true. And he got in his feelings. No, Kiki, do you love me? About the fact that, you know, I was drawing all the attention in the conversation and I couldn't let him get into his little John Mayer bag real quick. He was like, man, dude, you talk too much. So I remember abruptly ending my sentence and going like this, as if presenting him with the floor. And everybody turned their attention towards him. And he had nothing to say. So when I looked at that, over time, I just kept noticing where people would be like, man, you talk too much. And I remember I would always stop and I would do this. And you know what happened? And I literally mean this. Every time out of every time, take whatever ratio it was, 1,000 out of 1,000. I don't know how many times I've done it in my life. That I've done that, the person who was telling me that I was talking too much didn't have anything they wanted to add. They just wanted me to stop talking. And what I learned from that is people don't want you to stop talking so they can get their turn to speak. People want you to stop talking because it reminds them of the skills they lack. It reminds them of the ambition that they don't possess. It reminds them of a skill set that they have yet to master, and they just want you to be quiet so they don't have to look at themselves less than they feel like they should. As I observed this, I noticed that there were other people who wanted to have a voice, but they felt like their voices were being drowned out too. But I always offer them encouragement, like, listen, people want you to shut up so bad, not because they have wisdom to impart, not because they have a gem that they want to share, but because they don't want to be reminded of the fact that they don't have the gift that you have. At the end of the day, people want you to silence your gift so that they don't have to be reminded of what they don't possess. Never silence your gift so that somebody without one can just be. You keep shining that light, you keep dropping that wisdom, you keep throwing them gems out there. People need them. As much as people try to pretend like they drowning you out, don't give in to that. People want you to shut up, not because you're talking too much, but because you're revealing too much about what they don't possess and the things that they see in you. This is Wayne Stephen with Next Level Lifestyle. Yes, sir.